you. Okay, Lorenzo, big on. What's up, fam? It's your girl Q back at Blessed to Be a Blessing, where we are blessed to be a blessing. Hello to my blessed ones. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging in there with me for the last 3 weeks or so. Your girl has been under the weather, but I am back in full effect. So shout out to all of my blessed ones. I love you dearly. For those of you who are just stopping by, thank you so much for stopping by. Also, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button, drop some comments so we can converse about this here thing, okay? And if you haven't subscribed, what you waiting on? Go ahead and subscribe. All right, without further ado, y'all, let me first apologize, okay? Because you know I've been on the Ghost Power Book 2 recaps, right? Well, when I got sick, I stopped at episode 7. So 8 and 9, I didn't get a chance to recap. I'm just going to go ahead and assume y'all already got caught up with it. If you have not, drop some questions below and I'll get you caught up. But for right now, we're getting ready to focus on episode 10, entitled Love and War. This was the season finale, and baby, first of all, did I not tell y'all that they was gonna get my baby Tariq off? That my son was not gonna be locked up? Did I not tell y'all that? Honey, he got off. Yes, so I was so stoked about that. Shout out to Braden. Okay, Braden's one of the most loyal best friends a person can have. All right, so I'm so glad that Tariq has Braden, because what happened was Braden ended up taking the place of his brother Trace to testify in court, right? Tariq didn't know this, so when him and David saw Braden walking up in there, you know, they gave him that "I know you lying" look, right? So Braden was like, look, he got up there. Now, mind you, remember, his daddy's lawyer made them promise immunity to Braden and Trace, regardless of which one of them were to testify, right? So my boy Braden was so smart, honey. He remembered that. Got right on the stand and told the truth. He was like, Tariq, what? He didn't kill Professor Jabari, nor did he kill that cop. Okay? They like, well, how do you know? He was like, first of all, Tariq was not the one selling drugs on campus. It was me. I was doing it through Course Correct. So here go Jenny, the prosecutor, which I can't take her. The one that's sleeping with Sachs. Chat, anybody sleeping with Sachs need some psychiatric help. But anyway, so she's sitting up there like, well, how do you know that? Braden like, oh, ain't nothing. Pulls out a paper, unfolds like, because I'm the president of the Course Correct company. Y'all remember when he signed as president, when Tariq was trying to get the false paperwork showing that he had a job so that he can get yes. Baby, when I tell you, these people know they can lie and scheme and put some stuff together. Now, listen, now, that ain't my type of flavor. I'm not that type of girl. However, I love to see how they put it together. So, boom, that's how Tariq was able to get off, honey. They dismissed the whole case. And Davis was sitting up like, honey, Tariq met up with him in his office like, yeah, I'm going to need a refund because you didn't get me off, okay? Braden did. Davis was like, boy, police. Well, he didn't say boy. Y'all know what he really said. But anyway, he was like, boy, police. So Tariq was like, oh, and don't think I don't know that, you know, it's against the law for lawyers to double dip. You got paid from me and you got paid from Kane. So Davis like, okay, touche, which is true. He was like, but while you're down there at the ethics committee trying to call me out, just know that you're going to have to confess that you and Kane were both guilty when you're trying to snitch on me, okay? So I'm keeping my money and get on up out of here. Davis McLean is a fool, honey. Method Man, you're playing Davis. You hear me? You're doing a great job, friend. All right, so that's that. But then, y'all, this episode got sad. Whoo, honey, it was 2 big deaths. They didn't want to tell us that actually it was 3 deaths because they confirmed that Miss Lauren, yep, she did. They found out that she died in a car accident. Now, you know, Effie was the last person seen with her. I'm just going to leave that right there. And you know, Effie loving on her some Tariq right now. And real talk, I feel like that's who he shouldn't trust. Although she's kind of trustworthy, but let's not forget back in season 4, I believe, of Power, Effie was the one that snitched on Tariq back at Choate and said that he had dope in his room. Because remember, she was a little drug dealer too, so Tariq was cutting in on the territory. So she went ahead and snitched to get him pulled up out the game, right? So with her doing that, to me, like, honey, once a snitch, always a snitch. Or if you do anything, one thing untrustworthy to me, I'm never gonna trust you. And that's on period. So anyway, she's like pretending she's going behind his back because she went to Kane and told Kane, hey, she was wearing a wire and she got you and Braden on tape. So Kane like, what? So Kane goes to Braden. This is like part 8 and 9, episodes 8 and 9, y'all saw. But anyway, so they were supposed to murk Lauren. That's what they were supposed to do. Well, it turns out old girl ended up dead anyway. Braden couldn't do it. He ain't no killer. Okay, Braden ain't even no gangster. He think this stuff is fun. Child, please. These black folk out here done came up out the gutter. Some of them, because Tariq ain't never been poor. But still, he grew up on drug money, okay? So, Braden out here playing games. These people trying to get out of this stuff and out of this life or whatever, but he ain't no killer, so he didn't kill Lauren. However, Effie pulled up because, of course, Kane got in the mix and like, because Kane don't care. He's a killer. Get rid of Lauren. I digress. Lauren is dead from a car accident. I guess we'll find out in season 3. I think they're going to end up digging deeper by the way they kind of left that hanging or whatever. But it is very suspicious. So, boom. Who else gets murked? Honey, our man Dante. Now, we found out in episodes 8 and 9 that Dante is a big-time CI, honey. A big-time federal informant. Child, he a snitch, as my son Tariq calls him, the GOAT of global snitching. Honey, I ain't never heard such foolishness in my life, but let me tell you, Dante, Mecca, has been uncovered. Now, and I will say, y'all, Mecca was, to me, he was the best thing popping for this season. Like, he really brought a lot of interesting things, especially with the whole love story with him and Monet, mean evil self. It brought a lot of fire, but when it got to the point we found out that this fool was a snitch, and come to find out, they left a little cliffhanger in this episode too, that he has something to do with Ghost being investigated in the first place. So I think he was snitching on my man Ghost. Honey, it's gonna all come out. All right, so boom. Monet got the chance to put a bullet right in that fool's head, okay? I'm low-key glad, though, because for one, you was stirring up too much trouble, sir, okay? Even though they had created their little plan to kill Lorenzo, which Monet came up with that as like a little cover. Now, it was a lot of little scheming and a lot of little twists and a lot of little lies in this episode, which, you don't know who to believe, okay? So, Monet working with Tariq to convince Kane to kill Lorenzo, when in reality, she really don't want him to kill Lorenzo, but we just want to make him think we want him to kill Lorenzo. Ain't nobody got time for all this foolishness, okay? Which, in turn, that has right there showed Kane again. Every time he try to trust Monet, have her back, be there for her, ride with her, she do something to go behind his back involving Tariq. And he is furiously jealous of Tariq. Because at first he told her, I ain't killing my daddy, you asking for too much. But then when she was like, Tariq killed his daddy, he like, what? That little punk killed his daddy? Okay, I do it. That's the only reason why he said he would do it. Well, nonetheless, Lorenzo bald-headed self is still here, honey. I really was wanting Lorenzo to be gone, because no offense to the actor who plays Lorenzo, but child, you got to go. Okay, you was being controlling in prison. Now you done came out, you being controlling again. I'm just tired of you. Okay, Lorenzo, big on. All right, then the third murking of this episode broke my heart, y'all. They killed Freaky Zeke. Because, see, here's the thing. Back to Lorenzo. The plan was to kill Mecca. This is what Monet was discussing with Lorenzo. And so, he like, yeah, I can't wait to get him. And Monet was like, no, I'm going to be the one to put the bullet in him. Now, see, Lorenzo wanting to do everything. He like, well, he did. He was kind of right, though. He like, no, I'm the one that takes care of this family. I'm going to protect us. No, I should do it. And she like, no, I want to do this, right? Because she pissed off. You done came here. You done got me all stirred up in my emotion. You done got a couple of little pieces of cookies out of me up in the helicopter and all kinds of stuff. And then then you find out that Zeke's son, then I find out that you will see out that honey, Monet is through with him. So she should have been the one to put the bullet in him. Well, all at the same time while she's up at Dante's crib, because you know her and Kane had to set him up because he come running in there going off on Kane, and Monet sitting up in there like, what's up, Dante, or Mecca is it? So he like, oh Monet, yeah, you busted, okay? I've been waiting to find out when she was gonna find out and how she was gonna find out that Dante is Mecca, all right? So, come to find out, he knew it was her. Of course, we knew that he knew Kane robbed him, but he also knew she was involved in it, too. So, they lied on Lorenzo, which is why he was like, we gonna kill Lorenzo, blah, blah, blah. All right, boom, that's that. Monet ended up shooting him because he was getting ready to kill my baby. He was getting ready to kill Tariq. Yes, he was. Tariq was on his way up there in the elevator, honey, because he had his gun out too. Well, he thought he was going to collect his $2 million, which he had bribed him for, because remember in 8 and 9 episode, that Dante showed up at Tariq's dorm, and Tariq was like, they called him to go to Global Snitching. So his little black man was, give me $2 million. I ain't going to tell nobody you out here snitching. Well, Dante played like he was going to give him the $2 million, but in reality, honey, he was going to put a bullet in Tariq and turn around and kill Monet too. Thank God for her little evil little plans and her intuition, because she was like, no, Tariq, he was getting ready to try to get both of us, so I had to get him. She got him before the elevator doors even open for Tariq. So Tariq like, well, I ain't got my money, okay, and you ain't got no product. So, because she was like, well, okay, you know, as promised, I'll let you out the game. We done. He was like, nah. And not when I ain't got no money, you ain't got no product. We in this. So that means season 300, they back at it again. So anyway, boom, Dante's gone. However, at the same time, Lorenzo is out there by Dante's private jet, waiting and hiding. He gonna try to kill Lorenzo anyway. Well, it turns out whenever Lorenzo and Zeke met up, Lorenzo offered Zeke to go ahead and, you know, leave town with him. You know, if he ain't got no basketball career or none of that. And then Zeke was so heartbroken when he found out it really was Monet that had something to do with Carrie's death. It just broke my man. It just broke him down. By the way, Zeke is played by a guy named Daniel Lee Bellamy. If you have not heard, or if you don't know, Daniel is a singer, baby, and my boy can blow. He got some pipes. I'm going to throw a little clip in here. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike on it, but just to give y'all a little glimpse of how he get down. So go ahead and follow him as well, because he ain't got no job now, okay? Because leading up to that, he decided, after he, you know, found out about Carrie and Monet was part of it, he got in the car that Dante gave him and drove on over there to where the private jet was. So he was like, forget it, I'm just going to go ahead and leave. So as he's running on to get on the jet, you know, here go Lorenzo in the backgrounds lurking, honey, and just unloaded on that baby in the back. Bah, 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 bah. I'm like, I know you lying. First of all, how could he think that that was Dante? Y'all, Zeke was way taller than Dante. Let's not forget, Dante little light-skinned butter pecan, butterscotch, and Zeke was little chocolate, you know, mocha godiva. How you gonna get them mixed up? So he ended up killing Zeke, child, so that pissed me off, okay? I'm hoping, and Miss Courtney A. Kemp, if you're watching, 50 Cent, if you're watching, and your writers and all of y'all, next season, let's get Monet to murk Lorenzo. She deserves to be the one to put the bullet in his bald head, too, because I'm sick of him. Now he done killed Zeke. So there we go, y'all. Zeke is gone. Lauren is gone. Dante is gone. Tariq and Monet still in business, but the real tea at the end, y'all, they brought my girl Tasha back. Tasha was looking good as ever, honey. Had on one of the bombest wigs, as she always does. They got my girl off living, you know, she in witness protection, so she's somewhere in some cabin or something, child. So Tariq was able to get the adoption stopped for Yaz, because, you know, Yaz ended up getting legally adopted because that was part of Ghost's will, because Ghost is just that dude, and he ain't leave no stone unturned for whenever he was going to be gone, all right? So anyway, Tariq got that stopped. So they were able to go ahead and get Yaz to bring her with Tasha and put her in protective custody as well. So while they, you know, it was like two SUVs with dark windows and everything. Yaz comes out of one, and Tamika, our girl Tamika, came back and brought Yaz to Tasha. So they reunited. Tasha like, where's Tariq? You know, she missed her baby. We know they can't stand being without each other. So she like, I don't know that name. That's what Tamika said. I don't know that name. And Tamika, she funny. But anyway, Tariq was in the second SUV, y'all, with Sax old stank tail, because Sax was the one that put it together, because he was the one that always had the pull and the clout to get Tariq reunited with Tasha in the first place, right? So he did it low key. He was like, Tariq was about ready to jump out the truck. He like, Tariq, now this ain't what we got planned now, Tariq. You can't. So Tariq just sat there and looked. But my girl Tasha, she ain't never no simp. She ain't never slow stupid. While she hugging on, she looking at the second Jeep. And she just cracked a little smile like, I know he in there. So yes, I'm hoping that season 3 we get to see more Tasha. Come on now, writers, bring Tasha back. I know she was working. I know Naturi Norton was working on Queens. But honey, Queens... I'll talk about that in my Queens recap. But I'd rather see her as Tasha Green, a.k.a. Tasha St. Patrick, a.k.a. Tariq's mama in Power, than I'd rather see her as Jill the Thrill on Queens. Okay? Anyway, that's y'all's recap, okay? I hope I got all the important points in there. Let's talk about it. If I missed anything, drop it in the comment. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Again, it's your girl Q, back at Blessed to Be a Blessing. So glad to be back at 100%. I had to bring that energy like I always do for y'all. I love y'all. I really, really do. All right? I want y'all to go ahead, have a blessed day. Make sure you catch up on the rest of my recaps. I'm going to be dropping videos back to back just to get caught up with you guys. All right? So again, take care. And remember, you reap what you sow. So you better sow some good. All right? Good night, y'all.